here at our storage unit. We're exercising our Second Amendment rights. Welcome. Storage Wars Fort Wayne. Expanding from the apartment closet to another closet that we rent. Got all our stuff here, all our listed inventory, all our fun little grail jackets on the wall here. We see some friends. We get in fights. See some dead bodies. It's a good time. I never ever find these at the thrift store. But what I do have is the next best thing, which is a bunch more mid stuff from the thrift store to show you, the viewer. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm not gonna go through all of it. I'm just gonna show you some of the things, little thrift haul situation. And yeah, let's get into it. This is from today. JNCO, ever heard of it? No, this was a pretty cool piece though. Found this a couple weeks ago, mid 2000s. But they reconstructed this out of a pair of jeans, which is kind of cool. I mean, most people would probably just rather have the jeans than the jacket. I did have to put some of my own buttons on it though, because they were missing some. All right, what do we find today? We found some interesting things today. Little Salvation Army haul. Let's see here. Ugh. All right, we spent at the Salvation Army $37. $37 exactly, because they suckered me into rounding up for the cause, for the soldiers or whatever. Normally I say no, but I'll say why I did, because she was very clearly ringing things up for less than what they were tagged for. So shout out to that lady. First up, found this pair of little M65 little combat pants. These are nothing crazy. They're not that old. They're a newer reissue or whatever, but they're still pretty cool. Then I found these. These are actually really cool. I saw this at first. It was like this on the rack, and I saw the buckle back, and I felt them, and they felt starchy, and I saw this little tag, and I was like, oh shit, this is something crazy. But it's not. It's really nothing that insane. Frontier clothing, maybe like 70s, 80s. I looked up the comps and stuff. These are not like some crazy grail hiding on the rack, but they are pretty sick. I thought they were like maybe like 20s, 30s or something. I was about to poop my pants. These are much newer and for some reason worth way more. Cool little pair of South Pole embroidered big baggy johns. The kids love them. The adults love them. The cops love them. Nice big old rubber patch. And then a couple of shirts. I saw this guy hanging out, and I saw the screen printed tag at first. And I was like, oh, this is nothing. And then I was like, wait a minute, this looks like military. And it is military, I think. Stock number 8420197. I don't know, dated 1950, which is kind of cool. Partial wool, partial not wool. Speaking of partial wool, found this little wool blend, kind of burnt orange thing from this brand called Fly Shacker. I believe it's a fishing brand, but it feels good, good quality, nice color. Elbow patch thing. And then two of these, which I think are already spoken for. I think I'm gonna keep one, and my buddy wants one. They're these two, like boxy, very canvasy. They're almost like safari type situations. Got little pockets here. By this brand, Cockadoo, it'll do, just kidding. Cockadoo Traders, Australia. Something from down under. Had another little stock yesterday. These are sick. I saw these little, you know, trust fund baby pants Talon zipper, Levi's Young Men's Stay Pressed. Little 60s, 70s situation. These were also, I found these in the women's section. These are pretty sick. The waistline is like in line with the pockets, so kind of weird. But they're these corduroys with these cool flat pockets. Talon zipper, Scoville zipper, Billy the Kid permanent press. I've never seen this brand before. This is for Crystal. As is this Y2K Harley situation. Little hoodie here with the bedazzles, with the sleeve hits, with the back hits. You already know. I got a big pile of crap that I picked up. Sears, 70s, 60s maybe, probably 70s or 80s actually. A little polyester floral disco button up. Pretty sick. Little 2000s Y2K Adidas quarter zip. Little center hit here. Something for Depop. This is from a brand called Corbin, Off the Cuff. Check that out. These big chunky corduroys. This is fine. This is fine for my sports kings. For my kings of the sports, we got this Kings Nike team jersey. I know this is a basketball team, but I don't know if this is still a basketball team or not. Go Lions. A few gorpy, techie, combat-y pants here, some modern stuff that just always moves for me really well. Pair of cool pants, Cull cargos. This is like a nothing brand, but these are cool because they zip off and they got this big wide leg and a ton of pockets. And then a pair of 511 Tactical, which is a pretty hit or miss brand, but this is a good color. I like green stuff, if you can't tell. I like green stuff, like money, like weed, like Granny Smith apples, like plants. I like the color green. I like other green stuff, like this American Eagle tag is green and old. I don't know, it's like, like 80s maybe. This big chunky kind of like knit sweater situation is pretty cool. Crystal confirmed that this was pretty cool, so I picked it up. It feels a little weird in my hands now. I normally don't pick up Hard Rock Cafe stuff because, well, you know why. But this one just objectively went way too hard to not pick up. Are you kidding me? Like, this just hits all the buttons for what I would consider to be unironically hard. There's one thing I think about when I'm thrifting day after day. I go in the store, I pick things up, I look at it, I say, does this go hard? And if I answer that question and I say, no, Alex, this does not go hard, then I don't get it. If I say, yes, Alex, this does go hard, then I get it. I mean, look at it. This is like, if someone asked you, like, what does go hard mean? I think it'd be like this. Some guy came up to me. He comes up to me. He grabs this out of my cart and he's like, no, oh, you dog. And then he started yelling at the staff. Thrift stores usually mark this shit up like really high. I mean, $13 for this is considerably low. At like most thrift stores, anything that's leather, they just throw ridiculous prices on it, which is why I usually avoid it. And Wilson's is like nothing, all that crazy, but for $13, that was pretty sick. Grab this, John.
You picked it up and you were like, does this go hard?
Yeah. Fucking 2018 Tyler the Creator type beat. Little grandma cottagecore situation. People love this shit. I love this shit. That's why I do this, because I love all of these things. They all make me happy. Except this one. This one doesn't make me happy. I think that's a city. Vassar. Vascular. Don't keep that in. Champion. Like 80s tag, I think. This is for the local homies. A little local grail here, Portage Lake. In one of the weirdest shaped t-shirts I've ever found, because it's like boxy and short, but it's got these like weird half-length sleeves that for some reason have this creepy little like grayscale tie-dye pattern thing on the inside. I don't know what the deal is with this, but it's pretty sick. Last but not least, we have this Sears sportswear. Little French terry polyester polo guy. It's a classic. I don't know what else to say about it. That about wraps it up for this little thrift haul over the last week or so. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And if you have a second, if you could spare a moment, would you please consider liking and subscribing? Actually, I really hate that I just said that, so goodbye.